Hey guys, this is going to be yet another run on Strago's Heretics, the execute neutralize opposition stage. And as you can see, this run is going to be another Celes solo run in my Celes solo run series. I was actually quite surprised because this is my first attempt on this stage with Celes solo, and it actually went through on my first attempt. That being said, I think the stage can be rather tricky. And the main challenge for the Celes solo run is when the defensive node enters the defensive posture for the entire enemy team, because when that happens, the entire enemy party is battered for 100,000 brave, and you need to break them, otherwise you'll be dealing once for the rest of the fight. There are 3 times throughout the stage when this happens. The first is when any enemy hits 89%, second is when any enemy hits 49%, and the final HP threshold is at 9%. So that's 89, 49 and 9%. I'll cover what happens during each of those thresholds because those are really the potential run enders in a Celes solo run. Anyway, coming back to the fight, on Celes's first turn I immediately went into BT mode with her. There's a couple of reasons for this. Firstly, on the defense node first turn, it will buff the entire enemy party with Brave Regen, which means that you can expect an onslaught of HP attacks to come very quickly in the fight. Getting the BT aura up quickly provides more HP damage mitigation that helps you survive the early parts of the fight as you build the force gauge with Celes. The other reason is that you get a free LD and FR use in her BT mode, which allows you to apply her ice traps for free, and this allows you to save her LD use for later parts of the fight. And in this run in particular, her LD is going to be her main damage dealer, and you want to save as many of them as possible for when you hit 999% force gauge bonus. Here I'm getting an onslaught of HP attacks, but you don't have to worry too much because the attack and defense node will only use HP attacks once every 2 turns. Because every second turn that they take, they will use either Piercing Laser Plus or Heal for the defense node, and both of those attacks do not do any HP damage. And you can see right here, for example, when the attack node target A is targeting all, it will use Piercing Laser Plus, and when the defense node C is targeting all, it will use Heal. You need to keep this in mind because Piercing Laser Plus and Heal will never do HP damage, and they will use Piercing Laser Plus and Heal regardless of how much Brave they have. My Celes has a 505 ultimate weapon. I did remove speed passives for her, and as always I'll list in the video description what those passives are. Finally, my Celes always has attack and HP 1020 artifact passives equipped. But in this run in particular, I don't think the HP passives are really necessary. You can probably get by with attack and max brave artifact passives as well. This run is also Dare to Defy viable because I didn't use any friend unit, and the fight is essentially the same. So if for some reason you still have Celes saved up in Dare to Defy, you can certainly consider using her for this stage. So right here, the boss will hit force time right before me, and I will have to tank one object 199+. This will essentially one-shot Celes, except that she has last stand, so you survive that way. This is also where the enemies hit 89%, so the defensive posture is up. And this is where you really need to crack the Gladio LD call, otherwise obviously you die with the onslaught of 100,000 HP attacks coming your way. Since I've used Gladio, for the time being nothing will kill Celes, so it doesn't matter that she's in the red HP, so I just went ahead and start my force time here. During these 3 turns, Celes is virtually unkillable, so this is where you want to try to build up the force gauge bonus as high as possible. I decided to pop BT Plus here because I will be going into summon mode pretty soon, and you obviously can't use BT Plus while you're in summon mode, so I thought now's as good as time as any to refresh Celes's BT aura. Here I use Celes's EX, and although the EX is only single target, there's actually 2 reasons why you want to use EX. The more obvious reason is that you do want to actually refresh her EX buff before you pop summon, but the other reason is that you actually want to bring one of the enemies to 49% health, and her EX represents the biggest single target damage that she has in her arsenal. Why do you want to trigger 49%? Well, you actually want to trigger the defensive posture from the defensive node, and that triggers when any enemy hits 49%. And ideally, you actually want to trigger that before you pop summon mode. So this is where it triggers, and you might be wondering how the heck am I going to survive the next few turns. Well, it's not too bad actually, because the attack and defense node are targeting all. And like I said earlier, when they are targeting all, they will never do HP attacks. This means that only the boss in the middle will do an HP attack, and Celes will survive the attack with last stand. Finally, I'm back to Celes's turn coming up. Here I use 1 runic first because I'm at 940%, and I thought using 1 runic will build my force gauge bonus a little bit, which helps to boost the brother summon damage a little bit when I pop it. This is where I pop Brother Summon, and this is the reason why you want to trigger the 49% threshold before you pop summon. The Brave that they have is normally extremely difficult to shave because they gain a 99 or 999% Brave damage reduction. However, the Brave damage from popping summon bypasses brave damage reduction. This means that popping Brother Summon actually shaves all their brave and helps you to break through the defensive posture at 49%. This leaves only this final defensive posture which is triggered at 9%. However, at this point, obviously the bosses are low enough that you can kill them off with Celes before force time finishes. I did make a slight mistake here. I actually should have used her LD rather than her EX. Anyway, it doesn't really matter too much. There's enough leeway in force time to finish them off. But I think if I use LD followed by Shine Age, I could probably finish the fight right here. Anyway, that's it for this run. As always, I hope the video has been helpful, and if you enjoyed the content, do leave a like, comment and subscribe. It really helps a lot. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next Shinryu fight. Bye!